Good morning, May Street friends. How are we doing today? I'm just going to follow up from yesterday's video where we talked about the idea of getting out for a hike. The most important part of getting out for a hike, though, before we go for a hike, is to prepare. Today we're going to talk about preparation. Preparation means being ready. Just like we talk about at school. We talk about having our homework done. We talk about going to class ready to learn. Well, when you go on a hike, it's very important to be prepared. The first thing we're going to start with is clothing. Clothing is very important on a hike. So, for example, you want to wear long pants. You want to wear long pants because they keep pests away, like ticks or flies. They also save your legs from being scratched. Another important piece would be your shoes and socks. You want to make sure that you're wearing something sturdy that you can tie up that fits your foot snugly. You don't want to be wearing Crocs or slides or open-toe flip-flops. You want to make sure you have some good shoes. When we get to the shirts, layers are the best way to go. You wear your t-shirt, long sleeve shirt if you have one. If you don't, you can also wear a button up or down shirt. Make sure you have the right hat for the time out in the woods. Also, I make sure to wear my May Street hoodie sweatshirt every time I go out because it serves a lot of purposes. You got the nice hood there. In the spring, it's also probably a good idea to bring along a windbreaker. There's a saying in New England that if you don't like the weather, wait a minute. It can change really fast when you're out in the woods. Another important piece is having a backpack or a fanny pack because you can store certain things in it while you're out for your walk. And also keeping your hands free. Keeping your hands free is really important because that will lead us to terrain. Terrain is the land that you're walking on. So you could go out on terrain that could be sandy, it could be muddy, rocky, hilly, lots of roots. So you want to have your hands free because there are often times where you might trip and fall and you have to catch yourself. Another key piece of hiking is having the right snack. So as you take a look at these snacks here, these are just some suggestions. Candies, carbs, nice proteins, and fruits are all good to have. You certainly want to make sure you bring water as well. When we talk about going into the woods, though, I want to go back to our board over here. Leave no trace. When you go into the woods, it's your job to be respectful of that space. Leave no trace means you finish your goldfish, you don't throw the bag on the ground. That goes back in your backpack, and then you take it out with you and respect that space because someone else is going to go there and they're going to want to see it the way that you saw it naturally. Finally, just a few other items that you may or may not have available, but you can bring if you do. Band-Aids. Sometimes you might get cut out there on a trail. Binoculars. I like to have binoculars because it brings me up even closer to nature than I would have been. You don't have to have binoculars, but if you have them, it's great to bring them. If you are a junior birder naturalist, you can make your own binoculars at home out of toilet paper rolls and some string. I would also say, as you start out on your quest here, that you might want to bring a journal. And journal the path you walk, the things you see, the things you have questions about. And if you do have questions and you do have ideas, you can certainly ask me about them and email me, and I'll respond to you. So this is what we have to do first before we get out for a hike. Today we're going to try to get out for a hike, and I'll share some other things as we go along. So I look forward to getting out on our first hike. I hope you're going to go with me. Take care.